AI, and this is very topical to what's going on with AI right now.
Yeah.
What are your have you delved into some of the connections there that you're
Yeah, and I think this is one that's going to unfold, and I absolutely understand why some people are fearful, because what we tend to see in society is, um, before you know, before do you remember way back when, before we had mobile phones? I do, I do,
absolutely
and they were like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing we can do. Where would we be now without our mobile phones? But before we knew it, mobile phones became more than just a way to phone your mum or phone your sister or phone your daughter, whatever. They've become everything. There are banking apps, there are how we book things, we can't enter certain places without them. That was all without our consent. It just happened because it
yeah
was just the turn of events. Well, that's just how we do things now. And I can go on to a completely different thing of even GP surgeries here in the UK. You have to use your laptop, and I'm thinking, somebody who's 90 years old wants to pick up the phone and speak to someone. They're not necessarily going to be laptop savvy to be able to book an appointment. And it becomes a restriction, but it's being pushed out. No, you have to be digital. You have to be. And so if you do want to think differently and you don't want to be on grid, how are you going to access the services that you should be able to access?
mm,
And so I think with AI, similarly, is that it can be used for good. There are benefits to it. But the other side of it, and what I was reading the other day, and I thought this is a really interesting aspect, is they've taken all of our knowledge, all of our being, all our humanness without our consent and fed it into this thing, and then are selling it back to us.
yeah that there's
Uh,
that.
there's that. And I was like, oh wow, okay. And so I'm not on the fence. I think I do have some views. I think it's a tool. Anything is a tool. It's always about how it's going to be used. And unfortunately, we've seen how things have been used in the past, and by bad actors. Whether
Yeah.
it's their intention to be bad actors, I don't know. And we're seeing some of the rhetoric out there, right? By some of these sort of people who are pushing AI and saying it's the next level of human consciousness. It's this, it's that, and I'm all about advancement. I'm all about advanced medical advancement for people. I think if you can help someone with some technology, that's wonderful. And that's one thing. But before you know it, it becomes, and that's without our consent. We don't have any sort of election about it. We don't have any referendum. It just
Right.
happens and it's put upon us, and we just accept and we
I
consent.
wonder I wonder if you've heard of Greg Braden.
Now, have I heard? Tell me more. Tell me more.
Okay, so I don't exactly know how to define him. He was a geologist, but he also has worked. Um, he's just a really great science mind. But one of the things, a video that he recently made was that there are calls to rewrite the Bible using AI. I would be interested in your thoughts on that.
Oh gosh. One, why?
Yeah.
What's the need? What benefit does it serve to do that? It might be interesting. It might just be interesting just to see what happens with that.
Yes.
As
Right.
in what AI, with its brain and access to knowledge, what it would make of it. But then, literally as an experiment, yeah, it's interesting. But then what? Then how's it going to be used? Is that then going to be pushed into schools and to, that's the, fine, be curious to understand, but then what?
I'll say it that don't force your own belief system or paradigm, whatever, onto
Yeah,
everyone
someone
else.
else. Allow people to interpret it the way that they do. I mean, okay, sometimes it is interpreted in a not so great way, and I don't think I don't think it was ever put together, those hicks were ever put together to cause harm to others. You know, if whether you believe in source, in God, or, you know, whoever it is that you believe in, surely that source would never want to cause harm to others. In fact, when you look at the underlying teachings, it's never about, not truly about opposing, you know, people being polarized against each other. Those, regardless of what you believe, that's a beautiful teaching. You know, whether you follow the Bible or not, that's the fact that we're here to support and connect, to love one another. That's a good teaching. So yes, so having some an artificial intelligence's perspective might be interesting. It might tell us something that we weren't aware of before. It might get us to think differently about something. I'm all up for that, but then allow us to still continue to interpret it how we want to interpret it, and what resonates for us, you know, based on our experiences and our environments.
Yep.
And our journey, and I hate saying our journey, but it's our life path of discovery and curiosity, that we're here to learn and evolve, and we connect, we become who we are in relationship to other people. So we're not just on our own. We're not solo travelers. And I think the difficulty with AI is it lacks nuance.
Yeah.
And which is absolutely human. We are, you know, they could get our brains and put them into a computer, but there's this nuance of feeling, of environment, of emotion, of connection, of what's happened to us in the morning that changes how we present, how we are, how we feel that day. And I think that's what AI lacks. It's the nuance of our consciousness, I think, is what can't be captured, and our attention. So I bring in a lot of Simone Weil into this about that attention. Our attention is our most generous form of gift. When we're purely in a place with someone and we're listening and we're giving them our attention, it's the best gift. And we're so short of it now. And the attention economy is what they are. I say they because, and it's like, who are these? Who is this they? But you know, this with the algorithms, and you can get pulled in, and you end up watching video after video of it. That's our attention, and it gives them money.
It's energy. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think the keenest thing is love, connection. Be aware of what you're feeding, be aware of what you're giving your attention to, because our attention is still our own gift to give. And so we just got to choose how we want to give that gift wisely.